Don't go there. When you open Pandora box to the practice of killing as though it were a normal part of medicine. It was a statement delivered by Hendrik Reitsema in the series of videos that shows the deception of euthanasia. Euthanasia Prevention Coalition and Down Media are telling Canadians related to process to make euthanasia legal in Canada. They warned them about making euthanasia or physician-assisted legal will make compromise patient-physician relations and build a dangerous pattern that will threaten lives for many vulnerable individuals, including elderly and those who are terminally ill. So that is why I strongly oppose the idea of euthanasia because it is morally unjustifiable and it represents an extreme danger for humans, especially the vulnerable one. Also, instead of a giving medical solution, human euthanasia is more considered murder. Why it is more considered murder, I will explain it in my arguments below. The first one is euthanasia devalue human life. Why euthanasia is devalue human life? It is because once euthanasia is legalized, it will doctrinize the sick and disabled people to think they as the burden of the family. They will think if they die, they will help their family to uphold their financial condition. A Canadian former state representative, Nancy Elliott, have said, euthanasia is a prescription of all types of abuse of people that at the most vulnerable times of their life. It is true, because it will no longer become a right to die, but it will become a duty to die. It is because when the euthanasia is an option, people who are incapability will choose to die rather than live as a burden for the family, even though they are in physically and mentally health. It is not only make the feeble people have a certain thought, the quality of life will decrease for those who are disabled and there will increasing discrimination towards them. For example, the case of Sue Maynard Campbell, who uses a wheelchair, and she definitely fears there will be the culture of better off death toward the disabled. It is proven when she found "do not resuscitate" are written on her medical roll in her medical notes when she checked up on her chest infection. Her doctor has decided that she has a poor quality of life. This case also indicates there is no safeguards that guarantee a protection for the disabled people from the abuse. In Belgium itself, where the euthanasia were legal, the safeguards are not implemented properly. In the 2013, there was a controversy when a 45 twins, Mark and Eddie Fairbairn, were euthanized. It is certainly against the Belgium law and also the regulation of euthanasia itself, where the regulation of euthanasia itself is euthanasia is conducted when the patient is terminally ill or he or she cannot have unbearable pain. But what will happen in 2013 in Belgium, the twins are not in the terminally ill condition. Hendrik Reitsema stated that we've had a protection against physicians killing people for more than 20,000 years because of the Hippocratic tradition, and we have now arrived at the moment in history where physicians now become a threat to their patients. And the second argument is euthanasia is against the medical ethics. It is already stated clearly in the fourth paragraph of Hippocratic Oath. It says that I will neither give a deadly drug to anybody who asks for it, nor will I make a suggestion to this effect. Similarly, I will not give a woman an abortive remedy. It is a massive contradiction with the practice euthanasia, where the doctors are the ones who give the lethal injection to the patients. The practice of euthanasia, in the same time, has violated the oath itself. Not only that, some euthanasia death procedures are not reported. It is because 76.7% physicians think that it is not an euthanasia, so they do not need to report it. Here is the thing. Don't you think it is dangerous not to report anything after you've taken someone's life? You can be accused for committed murder, or you are trying to hide something. For example, a malpractice that caused death. There is also something that can jeopardize the medical ethic is when Alex Seidenberg, the international chair of Euthanasia Prevention Coalition, said that 41.3% euthanasia practice is conducted by nurse without the patient consent, which is extremely illegal even in Belgium. I believe the practice of euthanasia will bring more harm than good, since a huge percentage of unreported cases of euthanasia. It is better for the government to invest a lot of money in palliative end-of-life care, that's so that people don't feel like they have to choose euthanasia. Dr. Benoit Pusselinch on CatholicNewsAgency.com said doctors can help the patient at the time of death by helping people to control their suffering and symptoms without killing them directly. And last, euthanasia from religion perspective. I do believe that there is no religion that does justify murder, since most religion is taught about love and compassion to other people. A lot of religious people strongly uphold their belief about life is the most valuable gift from God and it is not human duty to take it from them. The late Pope Paul John II expressed his thought about euthanasia in Evangelium Vitae in 1995. He said that euthanasia is a grave violation of the law of God, since it is the deliberate and morally unacceptable killing of human person. Other religion point of view about euthanasia is come from Islam. It is taken from Sahih Bukhari. It says that the Prophet said, amongst the nations before you there was a man who got a wound, and growing impatient with his pain, he took a knife and cut his hand with it, and the blood did not stop till he died. Allah said, my slave hurried to bring death upon himself, so I have forbidden him to enter paradise. Otherwise, some people might say not legalizing euthanasia will violate their right to die. They also believe that doctors conducting euthanasia is justifiable when it comes to humanity. It is better to set them free from their miserable condition rather than watch them live in suffering or they do not want to become a burden for their family in terms of financial and emotion. The case of Brittany Maynard is one of the examples. She was diagnosed with the stage 4 terminal brain cancer and only had 6 months life period. She chose to end her life by taking a fatal dose of barbiturates prescribed by her doctor because her suffering is become too great. Meanwhile, there are opposite arguments toward euthanasia. It is true that everyone in this world has a right to die, but have you ever thought about the consequences of letting the doctors conduct euthanasia? It will give doctors a power to kill. Not only power to kill, you give the doctors chance to play God, to determine who have a good quality of life and who do not. It is the role of doctors to cure patients and encourage them to keep going on battle with their disease. Even though it is not cure them, at least they have a glimpse of hope to live rather than simply take a shortcut by asking for being euthanized. It is also our duty as the part of society to encourage the vulnerable one not to give up with their condition, embrace them with compassion, and accept them whoever they are. So the thought of self-murder will not be their first option. Thus, euthanasia is not the best option for medical solution because it shows that human's life is not worth living. It's contrary with the medical code and it is wrong labeled by the most religion point of view. So based on those argument, explanation, and proofs, I still stand by opposing the idea to legalize euthanasia. Thank you.